and everything broke, and you know, I'm sitting there and I'm watching some of the stuff that's going on TV, and they start playing tribute videos. And I've assumed that's what it's going to be like when I'm no longer on this earth. That's what it felt like. You know, it felt like, you know, it really was the end of life. And I mean, I guess in a sense, it's the end of the life in Miami as of now. So, you know, it was, I was going through so many emotions. I mean, like I said yesterday, I drove by, you know, and seen the fan support. I drove by and seen, you know, what the Heat had did to, you know, but. On the big screen outside, you know, I heard of everything. I woke up in the morning and I saw the paper when I was standing on the table against the Bulls, and I hit that shot, and then I read underneath and it says, you know, you always have a key under the mat. Man, I choked up inside. You know, this is not an easy time for me and my family at all. And my kids, you know, we all have to get used to the idea of not being here, and that's going to take a while. I am excited, you know, about, you know, my challenge ahead. I am excited about, like I said, going back playing at home. So I have a lot of excitement on one side, but I have a lot of, it's a fear of doing that as well. I'm not going to act like I'm macho. I was scared as shit. I was nervous. Y'all can bleep the S word out, I'm sorry. I was nervous to make a move like this, because this is all I know. But like I said, the support has been, I'm not that guy who, you guys know me, I'm not that guy who walk around and like expect to be patted on the back, expect the people to say how great you are. I really don't live for praise through man, but it is great, you know, to know that all your hard work, you know, is appreciated. And as I've always said, I've always just wanted to be appreciated. So I came into the NBA day one, appreciated for what I do. And, you know, not comparing me to no one else, just what I do. Just appreciate that, and I feel that. I've been here for so long, it's like, you know, everything's been like clockwork. You know, season ends, you go into the summer, you come back, you know, and now I'm trying to get used to the idea, but it's hard. It's hard to get used to the idea of not being here. You know, the business part of life is good for a lot of people, and moments like this, it sucks. It wasn't just about the business either. It wasn't just about the actual dollar amount. You know, it's about an opportunity as well. You know, when you play this game, you have opportunities in life. And I just took this opportunity, this moment to like seize it. You know, and I felt that I can't play for long. You know, some people think I can't play no more. But I just figured, man, the last couple of years left to play, I wanted to live out a dream of mine. And unfortunately, that dream of mine, you know, was a tough decision, and it's going to hurt so many of my fans here. But to go back home and play, you know, with Chicago, is something that I've always dreamed of since I've been a little bitty kid. So it's cool to be able to make those kind of choices. You know, like you see KD make a choice for him, like we've seen LeBron make choices for themselves. 13 years, and I've been here 13 years. I mean, I was born into this family, you know, in a sense. And I look at it like that, man. It's like, you know, we all have born into a family. And you get old enough when you go to college, or you get older and you decide to go out and find your own family by your friends that you make friends with become your family. And that's, in a sense, is what I've done. You know, I've went off, and now I'm going off and creating an extra piece of my family with the people who I choose. But it's going to be hard, you know. It's going to be tough. But I think that, you know, my teammates, and hopefully, you know, hopefully my teammates and organization, you know, just bear with me a little bit. Just bear with the change a little bit. But you know, I think they know what I bring, and I know what I bring. So that'll be the easy part. You know, the hardest part will be is to have to go buy fur coats and gloves and hats and. But to put myself in a different environment, I'm just so comfortable in this environment. But, you know, change is not always bad. Sometimes change is good for both sides. You know, I'm not sitting here saying that change will not be good for the Miami Heat. You know, we might not see it immediately. You might see it later. It's a business side of this thing, and I understand that more than anybody. So I understand that the move that I had to make was the move that I wanted to make, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't easy for the Heat to, you know, to want to put themselves in the position possibly that they may have been in, you know, with myself, with Hassan, with Chris, with Goran, Guy like Tyler, who's is going to get a lot of money. It puts the organization in a position where maybe they're not competing for a while, and I understand that side of it, too. So it could be the best for all sides, when it's all said and done. It's going to be a lot of stuff that's will be said about me and Pat. First and foremost, I love Pat Riley. He's been someone who's been a figurehead in my life, since I got drafted here at 21. But at the same time, he has a job to do. He has a different hat to wear. That hat sometimes is not to be my best friend. That hat is to be the president of the organization and to be a businessman. And it sucks because you know somebody so well. You guys love each other, but the business side come out, and we have to deal with that. So I'm not saying that we've hugged and cried and shared tears at this moment, but I love Pat, and I will always love Pat. And I know he feel the same way about me, but it's the business side, man. He's a tough cookie, and I've grown into be a tough one as well. So, yeah, we can butt heads at times, but I have nothing but the utmost respect and admiration for what he's been able to do in this game of basketball. I still haven't even scratched the surface of what hopefully my impact will be in this game of basketball. I only got 13 years under my belt. He got 13 years times 10 under his belt. So I'm not that guy. I mean, I know I've heard a lot of stuff back and forth. I'm never bashing Pat Riley. I'm never bashing Miami Heat organization. I'm never saying nothing negative out my mouth about them. Does the way that the process go down, are you angry? Yes. Do you feel a certain way about stuff? Yes. I feel that way about my parents, but I love them to death. I wish you guys was in the room so y'all could see the emotions that not only I was going through, but the people that's on my team and in my family that was there that was going through. I mean, this is not an easy decision at all. And I wish I had more days, and I wish I had another month to make it. But that's going to come in stages. When I get to sit back and look at what we accomplish here, knowing that whatever we accomplish here, I'm going to try to take some of that recipe and I'm going to try to put it into the DNA of my new teammates and my new organization. And not everything, some of the things I want to take, I'm going to try to take it with me and put in. So I don't know how much. I don't know if I'm going to, while I'm still playing, if I'm going to look back on these 13 years and understand really what we accomplished. Like I said, I couldn't watch too many highlights because it was getting me emotional. I had to turn away a couple times, from the TV and then come back to it because it was very emotional just thinking about, just looking at the moments that we had here. I mean, when you go through it, you kind of forget. I think everybody kind of forget, but they were special. I mean, this is never goodbye to South Florida. The words Heat, Lifer. I'm a Heat for life. I'll always be a Heat. I mean, what I've shared here, I'm sure one day somebody's gonna come here and they're gonna overtake what I shared, but I think it's gonna take a while. I think it's gonna take a little while, and like I said, at the end of the day, no matter what, and I said the same thing to the Harrison family, I'm always gonna be a Heat. I may be wearing a different jersey, maybe embarking on a new part of my career, but when my career is over, or no one knows how this thing is gonna shake out, but at the end of the day, no matter what, I would be a fool to forever leave this city, this state that's been so amazing to me and my family. And like I said, I was driving down the street yesterday and I just put my hand out the window just to grab a little of this warm weather. And I'm trying to take some, because I know at some point during the year I'm gonna need a little bit of it. But no, I love South Florida, and it'll always be a part of me. When I say I have a team, I have Team Wade, who I ask for their advice. I have my wife, I have my kids, and they're my advisory board on big decisions that I make. And I get all the feedback, and I crunch it in my mind, and I come out with a decision. So, I talk to my kids. I talk to Zaire, him being my oldest son, birthright, about this decision, and really got a feed and a feel of what he felt. And I take that in consideration. So I think in my household, with 3 kids in the household, it's probably mixed emotions. They're just about to start high school, just went to a new school here in Miami. My oldest son, he's a rider. Dad, where you go, I go. My nephew was a little iffy about it. He moved from Chicago here, and now we're going back. But it's me sitting down with him, letting him know, hey, we together. It's going to be different. Obviously, kids know what's going on in that city as well. It can be a little scary, knowing that the crime rate is so high for youth. So that's something that we have to continue to share with them and try to let them learn how to move through life, and not to be scared to do that. And my youngest son in the house, Zion, he's going to have a lot of questions for me. He's with his mom right now, but when he get back, he's going to have a lot of questions. And I'm going to have to sit down and answer him like I'm, more than anybody. He's going to question me. So our league is going this way. So with our league going this way, our TV deal was monstrous. Who do we give that to? We going to give that to all the billionaires? I don't think so. I think we got to share that, and so that's what we're doing. It's a shared thing. And with that being said, the players is getting, an opportunity to get a little bit of that baseball money. They still way higher than us, but we got a little bit of that. I saw a lot of comments from the football guys, and I get it. But hopefully they get to that point as well. I mean, they're bigger than us. Hopefully they get to that point and they sit down and they look and see how they can, get a little bit more of the pie. So it's good for our game because our game is growing. So everyone look at the numbers and they're like, who is this guy? Well, you know what? That's just what it is. What was a $13 million contract years ago is now a $20 million contract. What was $8 million years ago is now $13, $15 million. It's went up that way. And everybody better plan for it as it's going on. I'm not saying it's going to last like this forever, but while it's here, you got to plan for it or you're going to be in tough situations. Like we find ourselves in and other organizations they find themselves in. It seemed like way longer than 13 years. I feel like I've been here forever. It kind of, the memories before me even getting to Miami, I started to fade a little bit. That's how long I feel like I've been here. But when I came here for that first press conference, I had no idea what was going to transpire. I had no idea what kind of career I was going to embark on. I had no idea what kind of player I was going to be. I had no idea what kind of man I was going to turn out to be. I had no idea of anything. I was green. And I just came here ready to play basketball. And look what that done for me. I came here to really work my butt off, play basketball, and get to it. And I've got to it for 13 years. It's not all been great. It's been some amazing years. There's been some in-here years. And for our team, it's been some down-here years. But it's been a special journey. So I look back now as I see it today and I say, as I always say, I wouldn't do nothing different. Was it moments that I wish that I wasn't hurt this time, I wasn't this. But I wouldn't do anything different, man. This is the story. This ain't the ending of this book, but we've got through a lot of chapters of this book, and this is a bestseller for sure. So I wouldn't do much different at all. I put AJ to sleep. They say anytime you need me, I can come and talk. AJ go to sleep.